Alrighty, traders. Good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the Forex show this afternoon. This is the weekly battleground as we go ahead and take a look at trade opportunities this week, and we also reflect what happened last week because we had some great movement out of last week's news. We had jobs coming out for the Canadians as well as the US out on Friday. Jobs actually reported pretty solid for the Canadians, so we're expecting obviously some strong Canadian move. But then at the same time, how far can the Canadian dollar move? Because we've got US oil putting pressure as we start looking for US oil to sell off. So we're going to definitely go take a look at that. Also, we're going to go take a look at what currency pairs moved the most last week, what is trending the best, and then what we're going to go ahead and review this week so we can take advantage of that trendy move. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and make sure that you understand that everything that you need to know, all the information that you want to go ahead and grab is inside the description. Check out the description. We've got a lot of information there that you may want to go ahead and take a look at. Also, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. The channel is FxBigDog. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel FxBigDog because we're all broadcasting on different platforms at the moment. Now we're just doing it just to get the name out there, to get the YouTube channel known to everyone. So we will stop broadcasting on the other channels and only broadcast on the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel FxBigDog. So with that being said, I want to make sure that that we are having some issues. Looks like some streaming issues. Continue to stand by as we start. Okay, so it looks like there was an issue with the stream, but I think we are good to go for right now. There is a bit of an issue with the stream. I do apologize for that. Let's go ahead and get started. Once again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button as well. If you haven't smashed the like button, please go ahead and do that. That helps us to get the video out to as many people as we possibly can. So go ahead and smash the like button as well. We'd like to go ahead and get this channel out to everyone too. All right, traders. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look right here. Good day. We got Mason in the house. Good day, Mason. How you doing, my friend? All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on here. Now, you can go ahead and put in any message. Go ahead and send me a message inside the channel itself. You can go ahead and use the chat, and I'll go ahead and see where we can help you on that information from that information. With that being said, traders, take a look and see what's going on with the chart. So firstly, number one, let's take a look and see what is the best movers out last week. So last week we had the markets closed out with a very strong Canadian, clearly due to, of course, the news that came out last week for the jobs. Jobs really reported good jobs reports. So we did see a very strong Canadian close last week. Also, Aussie was strong, pound was strong, and then coming in fourth on the strength side was the Swiss franc. So we did have Swiss strength, pound strength, Aussie strength, and Canadian strength too. Now, on the weak side, we had the weak JPY. So clearly, the Canadian JPY would have been the best trading currency pair of the week because that's what showed us that the CAD JPY was the strongest and weakest currencies of the week. And then we had Euro, New Zealand, and then the US dollar. So those are all the weak currency pairs. Let's go take a look and see how this plays out. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to focus in on the Canadian JPY. Take, for instance, the Canadian JPY. That could be one of the better currency pairs to trade this week. But I'm going to go into some details because I want to go and show you that not only do we need to look for those strong and weak currency pairs, but we also have to understand that looking at the weak and strong currency pairs doesn't necessarily mean that we just have to go ahead and get in and start trading it right away. Because the market moves in waves. And then if the market moves in waves, then we have to wait for the market to go ahead and correct itself before getting back into that trade. And so we'll go ahead and take a look and see how that plays out this morning as we go ahead and dig into the details. So let's go ahead and take a look as we jump into the charts. And I'm going to go to the CAD JPY as well. Now, traders, we were looking, all right, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. We were absolutely looking at this inside wave 1, 2, 3 And we're in this fourth wave, but price did not get to that fifth wave. So what's happened is the price has gone ahead and taken out that wave 2 right here, which means it completely destroys this structure. Now, when that happens, we've got to go ahead and clean house. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to clean up the house. Let's go ahead and clean up house right here, because we've got to remove all these fibs, all these lines, everything here is really not something that I'm going to be paying attention anymore. So let's go ahead and clean up house right here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and compress the charts a little bit more. And I'm going to go to a daily time frame to go ahead and do that. And let's see what's going on with the daily. Okay, so if we take a look at the daily, hopefully this is going to give us a little more perspective of what's going on with the market right here. And so as we look at the daily setup right here, we notice that we do have resistance and support at the bottom and tops, right? And we have come off the top right here. So am I now going to be a buyer in the market? Well, no, not at all. I certainly want to see a break of this this resistance right here. Now, if I go ahead and put a trend line from the top right here, we can clearly see that price did start converting from a downward trend into an upward trend. Not disregarding the fact that we've got this range, but what we have noticed right here is that we do have a wing. Sorry, did I say wing? We have a swing structure that's taking place, and it's coming off the lows right here. And so if I look at this and I go, okay, if we've got this swing structure coming up right here, then surely this is what the markets have done. And again, it all comes down to, am I missing something? So if I go ahead and pull up the swing right here, being wave 1, then we did come up to a wave 2 right here. Let's go ahead and mark that off. Wave 2 to wave 3. And we did come to the 1 point, look at that, the 1.27. So it made sense why price went ahead and chased after this low right here as it trades as the fourth wave. So remember, if you haven't followed me before, then you may want to go ahead and do that in the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll see a lot of the stuff happening that I look at, where price has created this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after the fifth wave is completed, then we look for price to take out the wave 4 right here, which is done. There's the wave 4. And so now that it's taken out the wave 4, we're expecting price to move back up north to a larger swing structure, which means that I've got to go ahead and make this adjustment by taking out all of this right here and making it into a larger swing. And now we look at this and we go, okay, I get it. Now this is a less than a 382 pullback. And so price could go ahead and move all the way up here to this level, which is the 127 right here. And we could come back into deeper retracement, which means that the price could do this. Could rally up, come back down, take out the low, and then go all the way up here to the 1.618. So we can have this type of wave structure. So for right now, we should be thinking 127 right here. Price is going to come up to the 128, at least the 127. But now, keeping in mind that we're not going to forget about the fact that we have this big range. And so price needs to break above this in order for us to get there. So it gets a little iffy and a little bit, you got to be careful right here, because you don't want to be caught up buying right over here where we've got resistance. So we either got to wait for price to move down, get in on that buy, and then look for the rally up. So we've got space between our buy and resistance. So if we have to make a decision like moving our stops to break even, just in case it doesn't break up, we can do that. So we have to make a decision here. So by doing that, we go down to the lower time frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak it down to the lower time frame. And this way we can go ahead and look at something a little more on the lower time frame. So let me go to the 1 hour. And so here's the 1 hour. Now, what's important here on the 1 hour is, since the market bottomed out here, look at the wave structure we have here. Wave 1 going all the way up here. We are actually, there's wave 1 right here. Then we had, look at, we had a nice little irregular flat. Price then rallied up, and we have this inside swing right now that's taking place, and we're going to look for price to come back to this level right here. So we're looking for the market to actually sell off and come back to this level. So we're looking for it to sell off and to come back to, let's take a look here, back to the support right here. So this is where our support level is going to be. I'm going to mark off there as support right here. So there's support. And let's go ahead and make that up arrow. There we go. So we've got support here. All right, and then we got support about there. So we're just going to keep doing this. We've got support here. So now we're looking for price to come back to support and then go ahead and take off. So which means that we're going to wait for this pullback. And that pullback could be about 167 pips. So we're going to wait for this pullback, and then we'll go ahead and start making decisions to buy on it if we're going to continue to be long on Canadian JPY. So if JPY continues to weaken the way it is, then we may see a continuation of a rally. But before we get in on this, we've got to wait for a dip and then a rally to the upside. Okay. Now that's going to be on the CAD JPY. Let's take a look and see what else we have right here that's showing a good trade opportunity. Well, we can always take the Aussie Jpy as another example, because Aussie strength and JPY weakness creates a bullish rally on Aussie Jpy. So let's take a look at Aussie Jpy right here and break this down and see what the opportunity is on Aussie Jpy. Well, I'm going to move that to a daily time frame first. Let's take a look at the overall perspective, and I don't think I got any drawings on this. Fantastic, which is great. So we're going to look at this right here. So we're going to look at a couple of things. Firstly, number one, we do notice that it did break through a trend line right here, right? Didn't quite come back to retest the backside, and then off the lows here, and I do want to go ahead and pull in some more data here. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, that's the weekly here. And the reason why I pulled in the weekly data right here, because I'm noticing that there's a lot of support coming off this level right here. Let me do this. Let me use, here we go. So there's a lot of support coming off over here. And what's exciting about what we're seeing at the moment right now is that price did, take a look right here, price did go ahead and break below here, but then trade back above. So the bulls are definitely in control on the Aussie JPY. The question here is, how do we trade it, right? That's always the question. So if I look over here and I go ahead and put in some FxBs from the low here, then we notice that price does want to come to this level right here. All right, we're going to find resistance here of that level. Now, this is obviously the largest swing. Then we had an inside swing. Look at the inside swing. Inside swing went down, up, took out the high, then came back down, but didn't take out the low, which is called a running flat. All right. So running flat then indicates that price wants to continue north, and so we have this upward A move right here, B right here. We're going to probably break above this quite a bit. So we are looking for price to move up a little higher. We're looking at, as we look at the FxBs right here, we're looking at about another 300. Remember, this is a daily time frame, right? Sorry, it's a weekly. So on the weekly, we see that we've got about another 377 pips to go before it hits the target. Let's break this down on our daily. Oh, look at what this looks like here. When I compress it onto, let me go ahead and make it smaller. There we go. All right. So on the daily, still that target is up there. We're seeing a little bit more whipsaw action here. Notice how price comes back to retest this level right here. And it's always important to mark this off, right? Take a look there. That high becomes support for the market, so which means that there's something here inside and I can see it already right here. See the inside swings? You see this? Wave 1. Then we've got this wave 3 up here at the top. So this tells me that this being wave 1 right here, prices come back to retest that. So we've got this set up right here. Wave 1, 2, 3 up here. 4 comes back to retest wave 1, which is perfect. And now we're looking for wave 5. Wave 5 is going to be here at the 1.27 right here. So this is where we're expecting the market really to confirm the larger wave 3 is right here. Let's get that back in again. Yeah, I deleted it. Right here. Okay, so that means that Aussie Jpy could continue to see a good upside rally. Now, if we go down to the lower time frame for those intraday traders, we'd have to go ahead and break this down right here and go ahead and figure out how we can get in on the short end and go ahead and make profit to the upside. So one thing we have defined here is we've defined directional bias, which is important. We've got to find directional bias. And so we've got directional bias, which is bullish right now. Now we just got to go down to the lower time frame and find the entry points to go ahead and buy long. So let's go ahead and take a look right here as we dig down on the 1 hour. 1 hour right here. And so this is the 1 hour, and you can see this is the turning point that we had in wave 4 right here. There it is. This is wave 4 in the larger time frame. So take a look right here. Yeah, we had a big, large swing going up right here. There we go. And now we are in this swing. And look at the inside swing. So what's great about what we're seeing at the moment right now, which is something that everyone should get excited about, is that we're seeing waves within waves within waves within waves within waves. So the lower the time frame that you go, you can pick up more of these wave structures. But it gives opportunity, right? It gives opportunity. It gives us opportunity to identify the larger time frame, what the larger time frame is doing. But at the same time, it helps us to be able to break down the lower time frames and to be able to trade the lower time frames based on this wave structure, which is pretty so awesome. And so it helps traders that really struggle with this. You know, a lot of traders get into trades that they don't know whether the market's going to be moving in their favor. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm in the right direction. And if I am in the right direction, where do I buy? Where do I sell? You know, it's always that question that traders have. And if they're in a trade and the market's moving against them, the biggest question that they want to find out is, how far is the market going to move further against me? Okay, you know, that's the big thing right here, is how far is the market going to move against me? And so by identifying these different wave structures in that, it's certainly going to help traders to be able to understand exactly where we are, where price is going, and how far price can move against us or in our favor. All right, and that's important right there. We have to understand what that is. So let's go ahead and take a look again at what's going on here on the inside swings on this pair right here. So let's go ahead and do this. As we break this down, we notice that the inside swing here created a nice little wave 1. Now we've gone way past this. Now this means that traders, that when we go past this 1.618, it in most cases price comes back to retest it, and that becomes the support level. So if you're looking to get in on the Aussie JPY, a little heads up, Aussie JPY is extremely overbought. Let me see my oscillator down below. Yeah, look at this. We are in an extreme overbought condition on the Aussie JPY, which means traders that wait for the pullback and then enter in the pullback. Now the pullback could come back as far as around about 82, 83, right about here. If it slips past that, then we may need to look out for this level right here, as that will become then the next support level. So we could see price dropping back about 63 pips, or maybe even as far as 142 pips before we go ahead and start seeing some rally again. Not a good time, all right? Not a good time to want to buy right now. Wait for the pullback and then get in on the pullback before the market rallies. All right. Jeff says, Swiss JPY, Gary, please discuss it. Yeah, we can take a look at the Swiss JPY. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll take a good look at the Swiss JPY too. All right. Now, let's go into. So what I've done is I've picked two currency pairs, spoken about the two currency pairs based on the strength that we have right here. Looked at the Canadian. We took the Canadian right here, and then we took the Aussie just because we've got such a weak JPY. Now you could clearly look at like Eurocad too. Eurocad should show us a bearish move. If you look at Eurocad, we should be bearish on Eurocad. Let's take a quick look at Eurocad before we jump into that Swiss JPY. So Eurocad right here. Where am I? Here we go. So Eurocad's been selling off, but once again, let's take a look at the daily time frame first. Now, if you remember, I don't know if I mentioned it in this room, but I'm going to go ahead. Well, we spoke about on the Eurocad, all right? Spoke about it in one of our sessions. And the Eurocad is wedged up. Look over here. Look how we're wedged up here. All right? Look at this. But now we've just recently broke through that support here. And so we saw this across all Euro crosses across the board, where the Euro crosses were actually finding a support level and it's broken through. So I want you to go ahead and do some exercise. I want to give you an exercise to do. Look at all the Euro crosses over the next, take a look at the Euro crosses as we dig into this week. And you'll notice that the Euro crosses are actually showing that we have broken through support and we're actually looking to go ahead and correct itself. So I'm going to expect some Euro correction across the board, and starting with the Eurocad right here. Let's dig into the details. So I'm going to actually pay a little more attention. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Pay a little more attention to the swings. Look at the swings right here. So we had a high right here at the top. Price created the high, then we had a low giving us a wave 1. Then we had wave 3 down here. Wave 3 is down here. Now look at the 1.27. This is what's interesting right here, right? The 1.27 is right here. There it is there. This is the 1.27. So with the 1.27 being down here, that makes me believe that we're hitting a support level. And so traders, we should be. Now there's a question here is, how far does the Eurocad move? Is the Eurocad going to just move up to this level right here? Or is the Eurocad going to go to the backside of the trend line? Or are we going to take out these highs right here and then go ahead and sell off, or possibly move back inside the range? Is this a false breakout right here? Okay. Well, I know that you've got a lot of questions, but I'm going to go ahead and take each question as it comes up. Right now, what we have to deal with, instead of dealing with what it does when it's inside the range, let's deal with what it's doing right now, what it's going to do. Firstly, we have to identify we are going to see a push to the upside. All right, and the reason for that is, if I go ahead and take a look at these inside swings here, and I go break it down from the top, look at this. So we had wave 1, wave 2, right? Wave 1, wave 2. Then we had a push down here, giving us a definite wave. Look, this is where our wave 3 target was supposed to be. So we've pushed way past that. So we are going to see a pushback. It's going to come back over here. So we're going to see at least, let's take a look at the range. We're going to see at least a move going back. Oh, let me see here. About 188 pips right here. So we're going to at least see a 200 pip rally on the Eurocad. And the Eurocad is going to come back to retest this zone. It's the 1.618 of the previous swing. It's the previous lows right here. So this is where we're going to see the market turning right here. Now, if it trades up a little higher, yes, we could get up there. But we should see price wanting to go back. Wanting to go back to this level. So once it goes up, if it's going to stay bearish, right? If we're going to stay bearish on this, then we want to see the market do something like this: rally up, come back, look for signals. All right. Remember, we're all trading different type of strategies, so look for trading signals bearish at that resistance. If you get your trading signals bearish right here at the resistance, then look for price to drop back down to this level, which is priced at around about 142 and change, right about here. Okay, so rally, about 200 pip rally right here, could be a little bit less, maybe 180, and then go ahead and look for a downside move, and this could be about a 300 pip, actually 300, close to 400 pip downside move right here, right? And so that's what your focus should be in this week, and say, hey, if I'm going to do some intraday trading back up north, I'm going to trade it up about 200 pips going long. Then when it hits resistance, then I've got about 300 to 400 pip opportunity as the market moves back down again. And then we'll worry about what the market does. Okay? Now, let's take worst case scenario. You traded long, it comes up to the top, you did great. Now you start selling short. Price continues to move. Okay? Let's say you continue to sell short. Price goes back up here. Now we start wondering, did we get it wrong? And is price going back in the range? So we'll worry about that when it comes to that point. Right now, let's focus on the short-term opportunity, which is now bullish. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next setup. And the next setup that we're going to go ahead and look for right here is that we're going to go ahead and look at the Canadian, the Swiss. I believe it was a Swiss, right? Let's see, yeah, Swiss JPY. So let's look at the Swiss JPY, and then we're going to turn to cryptos when we're done with this. So let's turn to Swiss JPY right here. All right, here we go. Swiss JPY. All right, so Swiss JPY right here. Let's take a look and see what I got here. All right, so we were looking for selling here in the sell zone. Clearly, price was not interested in this, and we continue to rally north. Okay, so we have to acknowledge that. So let's take a look and see what price is really doing here. All right, so firstly, let's go ahead and compress the charts here on the daily. And as long as it's staying below this this high right here at the top, we should be looking for price to drop back down to the 1.27 down here. So we're still in this correction move. So let's go ahead and let's go clean up the charts a little bit right here. I'm going to clean up everything. All right, so let's go back here and let's figure out what's going on here with the Swiss. So the downswings, okay, that's a no-brainer. This is the downswings right here. We completed the third wave. We're looking for the market to move down to the fifth wave. Fifth wave is down here. Okay, so we've got that. So this is where we're looking for price to go to. But before price can get there, it's got to take out that wave 3 right here. So we know that we're in a fourth wave correction, right? So as the market starts pushing back and doing all this stuff right here, you can almost see, if you look at this pattern right here, can everyone see that this is an A? Oh, sorry, my bad. Let me do that again. This is a right here, right? Because remember, this is a third wave down here, right? So this is our third wave. Then we go A, B down here, and now we go C, which is it's going to be higher than there. This is a C right here, the C. But take a look over here. Notice that we got a wave 1 right here, right? A wave 1 right here, and wave 1 is where price is right here. So this is our wave 1. This is our wave 2 right here. Okay? And so this is the wave 3. So now this being an ABC correction, this is going to be our fourth wave right here. So we're definitely, without a doubt, without a shadow of doubt, we're definitely at a wave 4 top. And we're expecting price now on the Swiss JPY to hit south towards its target. So there's a lot of downside potential for us. But the question here is, where's it going to go? So let's take a look and see. I'm going to put in some trend lines right here. do it here. Let's mark off that. Okay, so that's marking off that wave 1 right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to break this down on a 1 hour. No, actually, in fact, let's do this. I'm going to stay on the daily because I believe the 1 hour broke structure. I can look again, but I've got enough evidence here on the daily to make a decision. Firstly, number one, price cannot take out that high. If it takes out that high, all bets are off. Okay, takes out the high. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to go and say, all right, here's my swing, going south. Here's my first swing. Let's get some trend lines in here. Let's get a nice little trend line going across right here. Now it's gone a little deeper, so it's not really helping us much here, is it? No, look at that. It's gone deeper. Well, let's put it in there. Okay, let's put it in there. Okay, so let's look at the pattern. Now I can see why we're trying to sell over here. Let's look at the pattern right here. We got a wave 1, all right? Wave 1. Price has moved in, created this range. Then we had a fake breakout right here. It came to the 1.27 right here. Now it's back inside the AB boundary. So unless we get a bearish signal right here below this level, we're not going to do anything. We want to sell Swiss JPY, but we cannot sell Swiss JPY if we are going to trade above this level right here, number one. And number two, if we don't get a good signal right here. So I don't see anything at the moment. And what I do see happening right now is that price is showing inside up wavy swings. Look at If you look over here, look at these inside swings. Wave 1, 2, 3. We hit the 1.6 rate, so we should be looking for turnaround. We should be looking for a bearish sell-off right here, at least to come back to retest maybe a support level down here, perhaps here. So there could be a bearish move. They could come back down to test that, which is going to give us about 168 pips. Down here, that's going to give us about 210 pips. And if it trades below and takes out that low, then we know bears are in control. So I'm going to say this. Unless we're doing some intraday scalping on the Swiss JPY, unless we want to do some intraday trading right here, looking for a quick sell-off, quick pips and that, don't hold on to your short positions on the Swiss JPY unless we start seeing some downward channels, some downward fibs. Right now, we don't have that. We don't have down AB moves, down swings. We have to wait for that. This one right here, if anything bearish happens over here, stop losses above this would be a safe place. So if you want to sell below this level right here, stop losses above there would be your safe haven, your safe place. Because if it takes out that high, all bets are off on any sells. You don't want to look for any sells. So you definitely want to pay attention to these details right here. So I would be looking at bearish signal on the daily, something bearish on the daily, bearish pattern on the daily, and then also looking at a possible break of the low, and then going into more of a bearish sell-off. So there's still a lot to wait for on the Swiss JPY. So this is the type of currency pair that when I look at this currency pair, I normally would go ahead and start thinking about putting this on the sideline, put it on a watch list, keep an eye on it. But there's certainly other trading opportunities that are setting up that you can actually take advantage right now. All right, so this will definitely be something. Now that's not saying that if you go down to a lower time frame, right? If you go down to, let's say, a 15-minute time frame, maybe a 30, maybe even a 1 hour, you may be able to find trading opportunities. So let's just go to the 15 to take a quick look here. So in the 15 right here, again, in order to want to sell on a 15-minute time frame, you got to look for some bearish signals. And the first bearish signal would be some down AB moves. And if you're not taking out any lows and the market's just creating new higher lows, then you definitely want to stay out of the market until you start seeing some lower lows forming like this. So you got a nice little trend to go ahead and trade it. If you don't, you're really fighting the current trend, and that's going to be difficult to trade. All right, traders, let's switch out a little. Let's switch out as we are focusing on this week on what's going on with Bitcoin. We had some good rally on Bitcoin and trading trading up at that what we call our fifth wave right here. Look at my. I'm gonna go to the 4-hour right here. Look at my swings that we've been monitoring for the last while. We've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we actually are at a fifth wave right here. This is it right here. Now, I marked off here a Bitcoin dump. I said that we're going to dump at this wave. You know what, traders? It's really going to be a case of I'm going to have to watch this like a hawk. Bitcoin is currently right now at the 57,000 level. And that is not just on this larger target here, if I indicated that Bitcoin is going to sell off. But if I go inside the swings, low down, let me see here. Let's see here, we had a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 up here, wave 4, and then we had an extended wave. Look at this. We had another wave inside. So yeah, we had a wave. So this will be our wave 1, right? Wave 1. Then wave 2's down here. But then this is an inside wave. Wave 1 inside, wave 2 inside, and then wave 3 inside right here. Wave 4 did come back here and test, so wave 4, didn't get nervous about that. But now right here, look at that. It's 58,000. We got a 1.27 here. So 58,000 right here. And don't forget, oh, hold on a second here. Let me show you my screen here. Don't forget, sorry about that, guys. If you look over here, you can see that we're right here at the 58,000 level right here. All right, right here. And so at that 58,000 and at that, look, if I go ahead and compress, because some of you didn't see that right here. So there's that inside swing structure right here. So we're at resistance on the inside swing. I would love to be proven wrong and price going to go back up north, but I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to get up here and we're going to turn. See, yeah, this is the 1.27 right here. So we're looking at this inside swing. We're looking at the larger swing, both indicating that price on Bitcoin is going to hold up this resistance. Now, I do have a lot of money put into Ethereum. So I'm going to take a quick look at Ethereum right here because Ethereum has already pulled back a little bit. But let's look at the wave structure on Ethereum. So we did have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it pulled back. It didn't take out, oh, it did. Took out that high, so we got a little bit of a bull crown right here. All right, here's the bull crown, looks like this. All right, and so with the bull crown, we're looking for price to go ahead and continue to rally. Now, what do we have? We have this trend line right here that's holding up at the moment right now. Look at this trend line. So the trend line's got a bit of resistance there. And if I look over here, we do have, yeah. So I'm actually, if I look at these inside swings, I'm actually paying a lot more attention to this bigger swing. Look at this bigger swing right here. So from the low all the way to the high, I've got this big swing, and I'm looking for price to move up on Ethereum all the way up here to 5,400. So I don't know if Ethereum's just going to blow through and go north before we see Bitcoin. But Ethereum hasn't, and Ethereum does tend to trade a little bit behind what Bitcoin does. I mean, a lot of times you've seen Bitcoin rally, Ethereum hasn't moved, and then later on you just start seeing this big boost in Ethereum. And so I'm looking at this now, and I'm saying, okay, if we have this possible big swing, then what does it look like here on the chart? Look at this. Look here. Wave 1. Wave 3. All right. So could we get to at least up to this level right here at about 4,000? could 4,000 be the stall right here? Because that's going to be the high right here, right? That's the high, the all-time high there. So can we take out that? Can this last move right here take out the high? Or are we going to create these double tops? I'm going to say this, that I believe that Ethereum has still got a little momentum behind it to push up higher to at least get to 4,000 or just shy of 4,000. And then I'm going to take a look and see what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is holding at 57,000 and we're not taking off, then maybe I'll take some money off the table at about 4,000 on Bitcoin. But we're going to go ahead and take a look right here. Now, got a trader says, what about my Shiba trade? Man, I'm still holding on that Shiba trade right now, and I'm doing pretty solid on Shiba right now. In fact, it's moved. Yeah, it's moved back and forth in the swings. So let's take a look at Shiba, because I think that's actually a good coin to make a lot of money from. A lot of money. All right, take a look at Shiba right here. Okay, and let's take a look at the setup right here. So clearly there was only one trade when we traded this, and that was the breakout. The breakout went way further than we expected. But what's great about Shiba is it's really doing well on the rankings. It was 12. It was 12 last week. By towards the middle of last week, actually beginning last week, it is ranked 12th on the list, and it's still there. Look at that. We got 15,000. So even the market cap has gone up higher. We're at 15,000 on market cap. Looking over the last 7 days, we've gone 257% up. Yes, we've had the last hour a bit of retracement. Look at the last 24 hours. We've bounced back up another 15%. Listen here. This is crazy money right here. Okay? Now take a look over here. I don't have enough data. This is the only sad part of this right here, is that I don't have enough data to work out my swings. Okay? But I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is a fifth wave right here. Okay? So I'm going to draw in right here. Because it doesn't matter. Let me go ahead and say this. It doesn't matter if it's a fifth wave, if this is a fifth wave, or this is a new larger wave. It doesn't really matter. Because the 1.27 will always be a factor, right? If we start stalling at the 1.27 right here, as we take out the previous major high, then yes, we could be dipping back down south again. So I'm going to, and this particular coin, either it's going to bust and I'm going to lose everything on it, or I'm going to make a crap load of money. All right, and I can't say crap. This is my own channel. So this is the thing. It could clearly either go way north, make a lot of money going north, or it could be a bust. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold on to this and see if I can get a little bit more out on this particular coin right here. But I'm going to watch out for this level right here. I'll be looking to make sure that there is not a lot of sell orders at this level. If there is a lot of sell orders, then it might be an opportunity to get out. I mentioned before when I was in on Shiba as well, that we did have a lot of coins. That's not coins. We had a lot of selling in this region right here. There was a lot of selling right here. Okay, and this is what sold this coin off once we got to this point right here. So we did sell off, came up to a 382 bounce. Now I'm looking for price to move, and because it's so aggressive, I'm expecting price to move up to this level right here pretty quickly, which is about 5,000. All right, forget all the zeros, because it's 0.0000. But looking at 5,000, man, if this thing can go, I own 26 million coins. I didn't invest a lot of money, but I got 26 million coins. And if this 26 million coins can go to 1 cent, okay, not even a dollar, all right, 1 cent. I'm going to put it in here. That's like $260,000 that could be made on just that coin alone. That's not a bad deal with a $500 investment. That's what I did. I put $500 into that trade, all right? Because, you know what? If it makes a lot, it makes a lot. And do I want to buy in more? Maybe, perhaps, could be. But we'll wait and see. But right now, I mean, this is not a bad deal. If I put in, let's say I put in 2,000 on that, then I'm making a million bucks on this when it goes to 1 cent. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty excited about it. But we'll wait and see how this plays out. All right, but in any case, this is the coin right here. There we go. I like that. Shiba to the moon. All right, yeah, let's make sure it does that. All right, traders, once again, I want to go ahead and make sure that everyone goes ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, FxBigDog. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the other channel where we do the Pip Grabber trade setups, which is called the Traders Network Club. Traders Network Club, details are in the description. Check it out below. Also, smash the like button. Please go ahead and do that. Smash the like button. We'd love to get this video out to as many people as we can. And by you supporting the channel, by smashing the like button, we'll get this video out to as many people as possible. So, Kathy, I know you're on Facebook. Go ahead and make sure that you get onto this channel. Subscribe to the channel. I know you're posting on Facebook at the moment right now. And anyone else that's posting on any other channel, let's go ahead and make sure that we go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right. Oh, good. Take a look right here. She was getting you ready to drop NFTs this week. Yes, when it does. When it does drop. By the way, Shiba is a good platform to support NFTs. So if they're dropping NFTs this week, we should see a big move in that move. So that's pretty cool. All right. There we go. Look at all the stuff. Talk to Robinhood, getting ready to list. Argentina just adopted Bitcoin and might also accept Shiba. Go Shiba. All right, traders, with that being said, have a great week of trading. A lot of you guys have got a lot of things on the plate right now that you got to go ahead and review. It's going to be a great week of trading. Traders, this is FxBigDog. I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic week of trading, and I'll see you next time.